Once again, that number is 404-585-1278, 404-585-1278. You can reach out to me at any time and connect for love. I'm Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're always going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your life. No one can change that. And I learned today that some people's purpose in life is to not evolve. Some people's purpose in life is not to evolve, so that you can see what suffering could be yours if you chose that path as well. And it's not our responsibility, I'm learning today, to try to make the people who don't want to grow and evolve grow. They are examples to you of what will happen to you if you forget your soul and if you forget that you're loved and lovable. It's a cautionary tale. You in danger, girl, if you don't love yourself more. You in danger, sir, if you don't find yourself to be worthy of the good that you desire. You in danger, they, them. I ain't forget about y'all. Trans rights are essential to me. I stand up for trans people and anybody different. Because I'm different. We're all unique. But you in danger too, if the only thing you can talk about is your oppression as a trans person. Trans people need to be telling people that they're loved and lovable, and then the people who are not trans need to be telling everybody they're loved and lovable to protect trans identities. These people deserve to pee. Y'all are weird. But anyway, welcome to Saturday with Dr. Flo. Y'all know how I talk. I'm a real one. If you don't like it, you can go. Okay? If you don't like it, you can go. If you're one of those Christians who's not accepting of humans who poop and pee like you can go. You are the worst of us because you're pretending to be one thing and you're actually something else. You are a worker of iniquity. Someone who wants to uphold the nonsense. You're one of the ones who would crucify Jesus while hiding your hands. We are not with it anymore. We're not going to take it. Today's cards, sponsored by StarlightMysticBotanica.com, are talking about our morning rituals. We're also centering in our guidance system. Okay? And we're also going to be talking about doing our best. So take one of these three affirmations and allow them to uplift you. Let's start with morning rituals. In the mornings, I will take time to tune into myself, to set high vibrational rituals that will help me lead a good day. I pay attention to the morning habits that don't serve me and change them for ones that do. I'm going to read this one more time and then I'm going to riff. In the mornings, I will take time to tune into myself, to set high vibrational rituals that will help me lead a good day. I pay attention to the morning habits that don't serve me and change them for ones that do. I've been doing coffee and Chopin, and we've been doing affirmations for many months in the morning, because I do believe that the way that you intend to navigate your day and the day that you intend to manifest is the day that you're going to have. And so we do affirmations in Love and Action Network every day. And on the days where I forget, somebody else does them. In fact, I think I saw some last night being done. Affirmations will change your entire life. Affirmations will set you free. We believe here that everyone's doing affirmations all the time. I'm not smart enough. I'm such an idiot. I'm so fat. Nobody likes me. Nobody understands. Or, I'm great. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I am enough. I'm perfect and whole and complete exactly as I am. I'm full, I'm safe, I'm enough. But something's going on in there. It's so magical that I can't even see your thoughts, your private thoughts and your private pain, your hidden thoughts. Oh God, if there is one, deliver us from our hidden thoughts. Deliver us, O higher power, from our hidden thoughts. So how do we in Love and Action Network, how do we navigate our hidden thoughts? By replacing our stinking thinking hidden thoughts with positive ones through affirmations every morning, Eastern Time, in Love and Action Network. And this is something that we've been doing. And the reason why we do them so consistently now is because our interim, she ain't interim. I'm going to figure out a way to pay this lady. what she deserves. But our acting, operating, and admin officer, Tara, many years ago, could see my life begin to spiral. And she goes, Dr. Flo, when was the last time you did your affirmations and you were doing your meditation? Because your life seemed to improve. You know, we're social scientists here. We are attending and befriending. We're loving and caring for one another in the network. And so she's like, I can tell that you're not having a good time. When was the last time you did your affirmations? And a real friend will ask you, when was the last time you tended to your spiritual and mental heart? And so from that point onward, because life is forgetting and remembering, as we've been talking about all week, you forget yourself, you remember yourself, you forget yourself, you remember yourself, because life is forgetting and remembering. She reminded me that affirmations are essential to cleaning up my mental vibrations and my thought forms and purposing and intending in my heart to have a better day. So part of my morning ritual is coffee, conversation with the community, and affirmations. We do them every day here. We will not stop for the next 25 years because it's changing us from the inside out. I shared in the pre-show over on TikTok that I'm not the same person I was last summer. I'm not the same person I was last November, with receipts. And the thing about my receipts is that y'all have watched me yell and scream and cry and just be a whole emotional, alleged black man on camera. And so you can see the fruit of my work. As we're live right now on 6 platforms globally, you can see my fruit. In the words of Tara Praolo Studios, you have watched me grow. And that will create a disconnect between you and the people you knew in a past version of yourself. You got to remember, people know Dr. Flo 16.0. But when it comes time for me to upgrade to 17.0, or as we do on the Apple side of life, 17.5, 17.6, Dr. Flo 18.0, there's some people that just can't take that upgrade. They can't receive it. They're not ready to go. They're not ready to go. They're just not ready to go. They're not bad people. They certainly don't deserve to not have a happy life, but they can't go where you're going because you're doing a different level of work and service to yourself. Remember, we talk in here about the 6 areas of self-care. I teach about them. If you're not tending to your physical, mental, spiritual, social, physical, mental, social, spiritual, practical. There's one more. Practical, mental, social, spiritual. 1 second. It's my show. All right. I have nothing to prove, protect, hide, or defend. One more time. I have nothing to prove, protect, hide, or defend. So if I need to go look for something in the middle of a show, that's what needs to happen. So this is taken from the Little Book of Self-Care for Aquarius, which I am. And then Poppy Water also has the Little Book of Self-Care for Pisces, because that's what he is, allegedly. And at the top of both of these books, written by Constance Stellas, there is a section talking about what self-care is and what it isn't. And there's 6 areas that I'm beginning to teach. Physical self-care, emotional self-care, social self-care, mental self-care, spiritual self-care, and practical self-care. And if you're not tending to those areas intentionally, meaning taking some time, and we tend to all of them here in the network because we talk about the chakras and we talk about our personal development and growth every day, and we are evolving with or without you. But if you are not tending to those 6 areas of self-care, once again, they are physical, emotional, social, mental, spiritual, and practical. You can start to get off balance. And the ways in which you pay attention to that is through the guidance system, which is a card and also a system that we use. The card says, I love using my emotions as a guidance system. They show me how close or far away I am from what I want. When I'm feeling joy in doing the things I love, I'm in a state of allowing for my desires. I notice when I'm feeling low vibrational thoughts and shift them to release resistance. Once again, we use this every day these days. Recently, in Seeds and Needs and other programs, I started asking people what number they are on the emotional guidance system. You can go to lovedandlovable.org/emotions and start to explore your emotions and your needs. But your emotions are your green light, yellow light, and red light to whether things are going in a positive direction for you or in someplace differently. And so once again, using your emotions as a guide, it's like, okay, I'm upset. But not because you want to remain an upset person, but because that upset means that you care about something. That maybe there's something happening that's not to your preference and you need to embrace one of those 6 areas of self-care about, right? And so the upset lets you know where to go and how to fix it and how to heal yourself. Some of you need to stop waiting on other people like me and other light workers to come and heal you. You need to be laying hands on yourself and declaring a healing over your heart, mind, soul, and body. It's important. TikToks, once again, making sure that I'm a real person. I love using my emotions as a guidance system. They show me how close or far away I am from what I want. When I'm feeling joy in doing the things I love, I'm in a state of allowing for my desires. I notice when I'm feeling low vibrational thoughts and shift them to release resistance. It's the second card. Third card is all about doing our best. Doing our best. And thanks everybody for stopping by. If you have just joined the room, I'm Dr. Flo. I'm a light worker and healer, dream coach, singer. I'm a modern day Renaissance man in a wig who has come to bring smiles, supports, songs, and shenanigans to the world. And that's exactly what we're going to do here in Love and Action Network for the next 25 years. Thanks for hanging around and hanging on. You're truly loved and lovable by me. And most importantly, you're loved and lovable by the universe. Even if I were to leave here or to leave you, or if we were no longer connected, you would still be loved and lovable. Okay? And that's really like the best news ever. There's no gatekeeping to that message. There's no gatekeeping to that truth. And I trust that we're doing our best. We're all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay, no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. Once again, the third card that I pull to guide us and to anchor us and perhaps give you an affirmation to hold on to and some hope for the day. Who isn't looking for hope? We are all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have in this moment. Any decision I take is okay, no matter the outcome. No matter the outcome. Recently, I got accused of being rude for saying in several text messages, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It really does not matter. People want it to matter. People will often try to, position life and situations in a space where it has to matter. But I promise you, no matter what decision you make, it's a decision made. It's a step in a positive direction towards your bright, joyous, and secure future. And any decision I take is okay, no matter the outcome. I make the best of any situation and learn as I go along. It's important that we learn our questions, or that we live our questions, rather. That we learn the lessons, that we live our questions, and that we don't get too caught up on trying to be perfect. We talked about this yesterday, that illusion of perfection. This idea that somehow I could get it right or get it wrong. That's going to squash you in life. Trying to live up to some kind of false expectation of perfection. Nobody's perfect. Even the most spiritual of us still have to spray after we take a dump. Because shit stinks and life sucks sometimes. But we have practical tools here in the network to stay free. We have practical tools in the network to get free and stay free. Live free, die free. Live free, die free. Live free, die free. As you transition into the crown, I'm reminded of a fellow queen, which is probably the reason why I'm getting canceled on all these platforms, including YouTube, because this reminds me of a chant from my queen, Assata Shakur, who did what she had to do. She said, "It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains." I'm going to say it one more time on Crown Chakra Day for those who have ears to hear it. Honest, open, willing, and available. Assata taught me, it is my duty to fight for my freedom. It is my duty to win. We must love and support one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains. And I understand and know today that the only person that's chaining Dr. Flo is Dr. Flo. The only person that's blocking my blessings and miracles is me. Sure, there are gatekeepers out in the world and people who are naysayers, and some call them haters. But they can't stop we, the people of love. They can't stop the fire of love in my heart. They can't turn my heart to stone. They cannot turn my heart to stone. We talked about it in the pre-show. A lot of you all have hearts of stone. You watch all this violent TV, as I do as well, and then all of a sudden you stop feeling. You've seen bombs drop on TV, so how bad could it be that bombs are dropping in Palestine? Free Palestine, ceasefire now. How bad could it be? I just watched that on Netflix the other day. And so because of our desensitized hearts, we fail to acknowledge the humanity in others. But some of us are standing up for love still, boldly. Y'all got egg on your face going, being neutral. How are you going to be neutral about humanity? How are you going to be neutral about love and the protection of innocent children, women, and people? People who are doing nothing else than wanting to exist as you do within their Maslow hierarchy of needs. But because you saw it on Netflix last night and it didn't touch you, you feel untouchable here. Well, it's touching me. And I understand and know that those people that are having bombs dropped on them, they're just as loved and lovable as I am. And y'all can cancel me on every platform you want to. Take it away. Take another one. Doesn't matter to me because I have my voice. I have my life. I have my love. I have my crown. I'm connected with my spirit. What does that mean to be connected with your spirit? When you're connected with your spirit, you're dwelling in your wisdom. You are very tranquil in yourself. People think that I'm not a tranquil person because when I present online, I'm very passionate and I'm, Even the non-melanated lady over at the church that I was seeking to partner with in their evilness, she's like, do you meditate? It may help you to meditate. I'm like, yeah, I do meditate. But after I meditate, I take action, passionate action. So be very, very careful around these tone policing and respectability politic people, even the so-called light workers and allies, because sometimes they will want to talk you into being more passive and being more tranquil about the boldness that we need in love. Trust me, folks, I'm very tranquil. Black and brown people are very tranquil. We're so tranquil we haven't burned this shit to the ground yet. That's how tranquil black and brown people are. If we were not tranquil, and if I was not tranquil, I would have burned it all to the ground by now. So don't question my tranquility. I have it. I look at the color purple. I channel wisdom, tranquility, intuition, royalty. I use the color purple to teach me to respect myself and honor myself. I walk with a regality. I'm going to talk about this real quick. When you walk with a regality and you have a crown on your head, it will not compute to people who are out here watching you in the audience. I'm not very popular in these cool kid zones like TikTok and with my family and friends on Facebook and Instagram because I'm regal. I told them, I said, I may have 23 cents to my name, but you will respect me. You will treat me as a child of the Most High, and you will honor my I am. That's hard for people, especially those who don't believe that black and brown people have valid voices and deserve a seat at the table and deserve a voice. They are offended by your regality. Just you saying, I am loved and lovable will make people treat you weirdly. Some of y'all can't even utter the words, I am loved and lovable to your family and friends. I got another challenge for you. Tell 5 people that they're loved and lovable. Tell the cashier before you check out, before you push in your pins, tell them that you're loved and lovable. I'm going to tell you what happens. When you tell people that you're loved and lovable, they either take it in or they reject it passionately. I've watched people go from nice to nasty because I told them that they were loved and lovable. They can't let it in. Another challenge. Find Post-it notes or stickies and put you are loved and lovable on every mirror in your house. And leave it there when guests come. Be unapologetically loved and lovable and watch how people treat you. But it don't matter. You're a king, you're a queen, you're royalty. You're crowned in that wisdom, and you also hold an important figure energy. It's giving Missy Elliott, when I walk up in the peas, all eyes on me. I have that energy. You know, I used to date a guy, it didn't last long, who felt invisible. He said, I'm not like you. I walk into rooms and I'm invisible. So this ain't gonna last long. There's not a place I can go on the planet, and it ain't even the wig. But there ain't a place I can go on the planet where my God light is not hidden every wall in that motherfucker. Gotta deal with that too. And a lot of us don't want to step into that loved and lovable energy or our important figure energy because it will make you a target. But not only will it make you a target of the haters, having important figure energy will make you a target of love. Love has found me because I'm important figure energy. Big dick energy, they call it. Anybody out there know about big dick energy? I got it. And I got it. Well, if he really had it, then he wouldn't have to talk about it. Nope. How would they know unless you showed it to them? How you going to have it unless you stick it in? How you going to have your blessing if you don't stick it in? Some of y'all are out here playing just the tip with your anointings, playing just the tip with your dreams, playing just the tip with your purpose and your passion, playing just the tip. How you going to have pleasure in life if you don't stick it in? I'll wait. This is my show. I produce it. I run the whole fucking thing. I'll wait. How you going to have pleasure in your life without big dick energy? How? Explain it to me like a kindergartner. Don't say big dick energy to a kindergartner. Explain it to me like I'm 18. For the lawyers. Because Dr. Float said, tell your child about big dick energy. No, I did not. I said, you explain it to me like I am one, while knowing that I'm not. How are you going to have pleasure in your life? How are you going to express yourself? How are you going to be in the fullness of your life without inhabiting your power and your purpose and standing fully in it with your head held high? How? I've not been able to figure out a way yet to do it. Holding my head down low while also trying to do big things. It just does not work. For me. And I doubt that it's working for you too. But email me. Actually, don't email me. Email Helen at lovedandlovable.org. God knows she cares. Helen at lovedandlovable.org. If you have a differing opinion that you'd like me to share on the air, just email Helen at lovedandlovable.org. I would love to hear alternate viewpoints. But how are you going to get to your importance in life without being important to yourself? And how are you going to get the job done just playing just the tip with your dreams? But every Saturday we focus on a Kwanzaa principle called Imani. Imani means faith. This idea of believing in the invisible. Trusting that everything's going to work out for your highest good. Declaring as we pray in here every day, all is well, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good must come and I am safe. All is well, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good must come and I am safe. All is well, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good must come, and I am safe. And let's be very clear. You can look back over the decades of your life, if you're like me, and see that the good was always coming, baby. No matter what was going on, no matter who was going on, no matter who was doing what with who and who was doing who, and no matter who was trying to come for me and pull me down and lift me up, it did not matter. In my 20s, my 30s, and now I'm in my 40s, it does not matter what. Cream always rises at the top. I take in fresh air. I take in sunlight. I take in nature. I take in water. Some of y'all were here earlier in the week where I just took off most of my clothes and went and just ran on camera and danced in the rain. It's important to be in nature and to know that nature is you. That love is where you came from and love is where you're going to return to. For those of you who are in the room from Love and Action Network, now is your opportunity. It's right now. And, of course, now is always the opportunity for a miracle. But now is your opportunity to drop into the chat what you understand and what you know. The affirmation of the day is I understand, I know. I understand and know that I'm a bad mama jamma. I understand and know that I intimidate those who do not want to grow. I understand and know that I'm a shiny marble in this universe. I understand and know that God told me that I'm her favorite. I understand and know. Tara says, I know I am worthy. Yes, yes. What else do you know? It's important to know. I understand that I am powerful. Yeah. What else do you know? Give me a third one. What else do you know? It's important to know. We're living in a confused society. Some people are actually confused and overwhelmed, and some people are pretending to be confused. So it's important to know 10 toes down, as the kids say. It's important to understand and know what you know. I know and understand that I am loved and lovable, no matter what they think or say. They've canceled me 4,000 times. Your one more time ain't going to matter to me, boo-boo. I understand and know that I'm infinite. Even if you take my life from me, love will remain. And love will have the final say. The evildoers do not win in the end because they're outnumbered. How long do y'all think oppressed people are going to put up with it? You can see this tipping point that's happening in our society at large, where the kids on the university campuses and the people in is it Kentucky? Is it in Kentucky where the people are beating up their police departments? Ooh. They are beating down the police, bashing back. This is why I get canceled. But I celebrate that type of stuff because people have had it. They've had it with the nonsense. We understand and know that we should be able to live peaceful lives without miserable people stepping into it. We understand that the food and the health care and all of these things should be free. And yet we're sentenced to all of these negative lives and these lives with our heads hung low because of capitalism and other extremes. Money has tried to destroy every relationship I've had. Money has tried to destroy every dream I've had. I understand and know that capitalism is a lie. I understand and know that white supremacy is a lie. That delusion that some other human with a heart and bones and flesh and feet and hands like I do is somehow superior, somehow chosen, somehow anointed by God to blow people to smithereens. Get the fuck out of my face. I understand and know better. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. I've had enough. I've had enough of this idea and this delusion and this notion that God has chosen people. It's like I told my mother, I was like, it's very convenient that in your cult of Christ, you're okay as a heterosexual woman. Very convenient for all of the breeders amongst us. That fits the description, right? Very convenient. What happens when someone steps outside of your approval? You know, forget about the fact that they're good people and they're loving people and they're trying to do good on the planet. They just don't do what you say. So now you're going to try to put them in a make-believe hell and make their lives miserable and make them feel bad about themselves. Get the fuck out of my face with your religion and spirituality that tries to diminish people. Get the fuck out of my face with your limited God. Get the fuck out of my face with your limited God. If your God can't contain my black and queer ass, he ain't big enough. If your God can't contain my black and queer ass, she ain't big enough. Get a bigger God. Your God is weak and feeble. I understand and know the Most High. I can clear a room. You are not who you say you are. You are not who you say you are. You will atone. You will atone for the ways that you praise God and pray to God with your lips, but your hearts are far off. You will atone for the lies you tell in the name of Jesus. You will atone. My mother will atone for casting me out of doors and sentencing me to a really crazy situation because she's a Christian woman who found not love. She will atone. In life or death, she will atone. And for me, atone means at one-ment. She will return to the love that created her and understand, as my father now does over the Rainbow Bridge, that was some bullshit. To be a loving Christian woman in her heart and in the world and her words, but not take in her own child. She will atone for the lies she tells and her hypocrisy. Her hypocrisy in the name of Jesus. Y'all are not who you say you are. That's why you cross the street. That's why you pretend to not see me raise $805,000. Oh, I feel it coming. That's why y'all pretend to not see me raise $805 out of thin air. Because you're not who you say you are. In fact, atheists and non-believers give to me more than you do. I got receipts. I'm Dr. Flo. I'm loved and lovable, and I got receipts. Atheists and non-believers and heathens and sinners do more for me than you do. People who don't even go to church and fake pray and pump fake and sit down. You workers of iniquity, depart from me. I knew you not, is what Jesus would have said, and turned your table upside down in the floor. Liars, pants on fucking fire. Cancel my everything. I told you I was coming back. Notorious assholes. Not telling you what I heard, but what I know. That's why we have crystals like selenite and labradorite and moonstone and amethyst. And I got to hold on to a clear quartz to keep from going off in this ashy motherfucker because y'all are not right. What kind of God is that can't hold trans people? What kind of God is that can't stop bombs from falling? Weak God. Oh, don't say that. A lightning bolt's going to hit you. No, it's not. That lightning bolt's coming for you when I call you a liar to your face and ask you to scoop some lentils and become tree number 2 back in the back in my show to elevate the consciousness to elevate the consciousness of the planet for love. You'll be tree number 2 and serving lentils, or we're going to have a different conversation. But you use these crystals in order to center your energies. You use a selenite to clear the BS. Do I think that this selenite rock in my hand clears the BS? No. It reminds me that I'm capable of clearing my own BS by putting love in action. And remember, y'all, Bell Hooks, late great ancestor, taught us that love is worth fighting for. You're not fighting against these delusionally white people. We're demanding peace on earth. And unfortunately, folks, they don't give you peace on earth casually. You always have to make shit uncomfortable and disrupt in order to make peace. It's crazy. You would think that, peace and abundance and love would be something like, oh my God, this is a great idea. No, I'm telling you. In the same way that I just finished getting canceled on TikTok and canceled presently on YouTube, they don't want me to amplify love because you'd buy less shoes and purses. Loved and lovable people don't need Gucci bags. Loved and lovable people don't need Telfars. You may have it. It may be part of your abundance, but you don't need it. And there's a capitalistic desire and hypnotic rhythm that says, without the things, I'm nothing. Without the education, without the bachelor's, master's, doctorate, I'm nothing. And that's a lie. You're imperfectly perfect, whole, and complete exactly as you are. And when you start tapping into that, heads will turn. Then they'll pretend to ignore you. And then they'll pretend they were there the whole time. But y'all better go over to lovedandlovable.org, tap into that VIP, and check in. Okay? All of you, I didn't even go live on Instagram. Going live on Instagram. All of you pretenders that we just talked about, it just fired. Going live, and the network that follows me just got it. All of you pretenders, and they are many, people who pretend that they were standing by me literally. I'm not talking about contributing and then going into the shadows. Those of you who are standing by me faithfully, you have names. I took care of that last October. I told my private team, I said, we're going to see about these people and the way they behave towards my love and my message. And let me tell you something. This week, I'm giving a special shout out to Starlight, 16 events, Tara, 11 events, Gabby, 5, Brentley, 3, Caden, 3, Terrelyn, 2, Angie, 2, Dr. Flo, 1, and Ron, 1. Top 9 attendees. Round of applause. These are the people who are really serious to me about the work that I'm doing inside here. The rest of you, you have nothing to prove, protect, hide, or defend, but I'm very light on you. I'm very light on you. Loved and lovable. And light on you. I have my reasons. Like I said earlier, some of y'all are not serious about the work of love, and your slip is showing. So we're getting clear now. We're getting clear. And if you can't keep up, you can't keep up. But some of us are working here, so step to the side so we can get it done. When you're imbalancing your crown chakra, you are enemy of your own thoughts, meaning that your thoughts plague you. In Buddhist psychology, we call it the monkey mind. The monkey mind is constant. Like I said, I'm fat. I should work out more. I should. Is that part of you that's like shitting on yourself? We don't shit on ourselves interpersonally here. In fact, we correct that language. If I ever find myself saying should, Tara and I interpersonally and within the leadership of the network, we go, oh, we don't shit on ourselves here. We figure out a different way to do it, because shoulds are the seeds of the enemy of thoughts. You know, if you're walking around all day in life shoulding on yourself, you just told me that I went live for 90 minutes. Once again, go live for 90 minutes yourself and then come back and talk to me. Go live yourself, sitting by yourself for 90 minutes, and then come and talk to me about love and the amplification of love. Well, I don't want it, Dr. Flo. That's not my calling. All right, then sit down and support. Send me some cash apps, $ Dr. Flo funds, because I got the time, the energy, the commitment, and the love to go live for 90 minutes and to connect with people. I told them earlier the week in the network, not to guilt anybody or to make anybody feel bad, but what other friends you got telling you you're loved and lovable every day? What other friends you got asking you about your emotions and your needs and feelings? What other friend you got that wants to help you focus on your dream and actually grow it and make it bigger for you? What other friend you got that's doing that? We all should have a family of people who do that. That's what Love and Action Network is, but y'all don't behave like y'all have it. But I do. I'm not in opposition to my thoughts. I'm not overwhelmed by my thoughts as much anymore. I'm not uncomfortable with higher power. Like I told y'all, some days I don't even believe in it because I see the way that y'all use it, and it's weird. No longer anxious, no longer fearful, no longer depressed, no longer unsatisfied. You're imbalanced because you're not satisfied. The question is, when will you be satisfied with your life? And if the answer is when I have enough money or when I complete my degree or I get a better job, good luck, y'all. Because we found in our lives that once you get what you thought you wanted, it's either the best thing ever that you have to then feel like you need to hold on to, or it's not what you want at all. And then even if it's what you want, you know, you see a new mountaintop to go to. We're all seeking the Everest of our lives. But you need not to be worried about being anxious or fearful or depressed, or you need not feel weird about being unsatisfied. There's medicine here. It's in my coffee cup. And shout out to Angie & Co. for sponsoring my coffee cup. There's medicine here. When you align yourself with that exercise that we did earlier of understanding what do you understand and what do you know in the center of your soul, once you come into alignment with what you understand and what you know about yourself, you become blissful. Sometimes in your ignorance of other people and their bullshit. They say ignorance is bliss, child. Trust me, not knowing the details of everybody's life around you is a blessing. I understand and know that the less I know about some people is good for me. Anybody else? I understand and know that knowing the least about some people on the planet, even family and friends, is the best thing for me. Ignorance is bliss. The less I know, the better. Blissful life, a whole life. I see you, Tara. You know and reflect your divinity. You can see beauty in the world everywhere, and you become joyfully optimistic, and you have a positive expectation and belief in yourself and in others. And that's where we're going. That's where we're going. I don't know where you're going, but where I'm going and where I'm leading this network is towards blissful, whole knowing and reflecting our divinity, seeing the beauty in the world, and being optimistic and joyfully overcoming all of the bullshit. And if you're not into joyfully, like if you do not want to sing and dance your way to freedom, go and sit down. Just go on to the table and just label yourself limited and label yourself, I don't want to evolve, and then go sit down. Don't waste my time no more. I'm 40. I'm halfway dead. I'm halfway dead. If you don't want to evolve and if you are limited, go sit down and get out of my face. I'm halfway dead and I do not have time to waste with y'all complaining. I can't see a way out of this, Dr. Flo. I understand. Like I told y'all yesterday, I was suicidally ideated for decades. Tried to kill myself since I was 7. So I get the pain you're talking about. In fact, my whole work is dedicated to the 800,000 globally who seek to unalive themselves and do. I get it. But how long you want to suffer, girl? Aren't you tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being worried? Aren't you tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired about feeling bad about yourself? When is enough enough? When are you going to set yourself free and let go of that old you to embody the new one? I'm right now, even in my life, I'm having to surrender in this moment. It's technically my day off. I'm filling in for the pregnant lady. So I'm very surrendered. But beyond even today, just for today, I'm having to surrender to what is and recognize that better has always been coming for me and it always will. As above, so below. Those of you who are familiar with our network and our work here, we use specific tools to help us through. We use meditation cards. We use AMB's Emergent Strategy. Shout out to you, girl. AMB. And we also use 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact, which is a devotional book from Melody Beattie, who is a expert in life. This is a lady who had a really, really tough time. She lost her son, we've learned. She was on the floor having roaches crawl over her. She's also climbed mountains in China. This lady has lived, and she turned all of her stories into a bit of a daily devotional and self-help book for those who are working through a 12-step program. Her specialties are Codependence Anonymous, which is how I met her, because I had codependent relationships with people. I really honestly thought in my life, even up until recently, I thought that people could somehow destroy me in relationship. This mutually assured destruction bullshit. That's not possible. That, in order for you to have a negative impact on my life, I would have to be in a codependent relationship with you. Think about it, folks. In order for me to believe the mind virus that you could, some people out here like literally trying to like ruin people's days and lives and stuff because they're not happy. Come on. You can't do that with people who are not in codependent relationship with you, people who are standing in their I am. You're going to blow up your own life and look crazy because I'm on the mountain of my experience. I am loved and lovable. I am protected. My ancestors will sink your battleship. But let's keep going. 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact. This week's theme is all about guidance. And it's day 7. We made it. We came up from our I am into our I feel, into our I do, into our I love, into our I speak. And yesterday was I see, and now we understand and know. And so the author says, an acquaintance was diagnosed with incurable cancer during a national tragedy. He called his mother. I suppose higher power is too busy now to care about me, he said. She told him, higher power is busy, but never too busy to care about each one of us. I'm going to read that one more time because it's true. That's how we sometimes feel about Palestine and the water in Flint and Sudan is like, who am I to desire to launch a global tour and revival when bombs are falling? Who am I to ask for a raise? Who am I to laugh and joke today? Who am I to play in the rain today? Who am I to play a video game today? Who am I to have any level of black boy joy when black and brown people are being shot to death by the people sworn to protect them? But God, higher power, is not too busy to care about my joy. God is not too busy to care about my love. God is not too busy to care about my heart. God is not too busy to care about my worthiness. God is not too busy to care about my bank account. God is not too busy to care about my business. God is not too busy to care about my great sex, great food, and great adventures. God is not too busy for that. You are. Let me calm down in here. An acquaintance was diagnosed with incurable cancer during a national tragedy. He called his mother. I suppose higher power is too busy now to care about me, he said. She told him higher power is busy, but never too busy to care about each of us. The prayer for today is, higher power, please show me what to do next, then help me relax and trust that you'll guide me. One more time. Higher power, please show me what to do next. Then help me relax and trust that you'll guide me. This prayer this morning reminds me of Poppy Water. When we were in the thicket of getting to know one another, I have this thing that I do where I marry husbands the first day. There's a lesbian joke in there somewhere. Don't send me no mail. Send to Helen@lovedandlovable.org. Because they say that lesbians are notorious for bringing their U-Hauls on the first date. So my first husband, same thing. First date, moved in. Poppy Water, got on the plane, came here, moved in. I guess as married now, right? But when we were in like deep conflict, I remember one day I was just going in and stressing out about life and also stressing out about him. And he just looked at me and just mouthed the words. I'm mouthing for those of you who are listening on the podcast on Spotify and the YouTube that I'll figure out how to upload, I guess, later. But definitely to Substack. I'm mouthing. He said, relax. When I'm really in my bitch bag. And trust me, Dr. Flo can be in his bitch bag. Be grateful you don't live with me. Be grateful. We can be grateful that we don't live with Dr. Flo. Be grateful that you are my neighbors in the global economy of love. He said, relax. We all need that kind of calming presence in our life like Poppy Water. Higher power, please show me what to do next. Then help me relax and trust that you'll guide me. In your travels in your smartphones today, feel free to go to lovedandlovable.org and click the Explore button. Join our VIP membership that's free, where we announce an email and push notifications what we're doing and all of our events. Learn more about our team, subscribe to our newsletter, apply to be part of our volunteer organization, audition to be part of our performance academies. Some of you are afraid to ask for that raise. Some of y'all get really awkward on camera in Zoom calls. Some of y'all refuse to cam up on calls because you don't love yourself. You may want to coach with me so you can learn to love yourself. And even if you don't love yourself fully, there are some tips and tricks and things you can do on camera to be comfortable. I'm not always comfortable on camera. Sometimes I got gas, got to take a shit, got to pee. I'm not always comfortable. I'm comfortable today, but I'm not always comfortable on camera. But there are tools and tips and tricks that I use daily to remain comfortable and cool under pressure. Would you like to learn? You can contact myself or any of the team at lovedandlovable.org. I'm either working the work of love or watching Judge Judy. I'm either singing, serving the planet, or watching Judge Judy say what I feel is true about most people. That's baloney. As it relates to you loving yourself, or as it relates to most people pretending to love themselves while, participating in capitalism and all kinds of evil, I'm like Judge Judy. This is baloney. This is baloney. But we are doing the work every day here in our network and beyond, to show compassion, to be wise with our lives, and to number our days. Some of you are around when I said I've lived, I believe the number is like 4,000 weeks of my life so far. Or no. I think humans get about 4,000 weeks in their lives, and I've lived over 2,000 of mine. Humans only get about 4,000 weeks. I think that's the math. I've already lived half of mine. So it's very, very important that I remain loved and lovable to myself and let my overflow be enough. Let your overflow be enough. I'm going to land by sharing one last story with you all, because none of you were around for this. And even if you were around for this, like in my phone, none of you were physically present for this. And it's why I am the way I am. Not because you abandoned me or anything like that, but because this is just my story. I got COVID working at that circus, my last traditional job, I guess you could call it. And I got COVID really, really bad because they had horrible protocols and protections. In fact, my boss got it first and still kept coming to work, and she had a salary and was very guilty in her consciousness about that salary, because she knew that if she gave COVID to us, we were going to lose weeks of pay. And I did lose weeks of pay getting COVID from her. But as I laid there, and Tara will remember, I sang through COVID until it took my voice from me, because I was like, there ain't no way this is a big deal. I lost my voice and everything. There's footage of that as well that exists in the archives. But I laid there all alone. I think I sang like the first Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but by Wednesday, my voice and my body was so weak. I understand why people died from COVID, because I felt it all, even though I got the jabs. There was no way that I was not going to get the jab. And some of y'all out there hee-hee, ha-haing. But you're hee-heeing and ha-haing about the jabs because you live in a town of 2 people. It's just you and your partner in this town of 12 people. So, of course, hee-hee, ha-ha to you. I lived in a town of 9.8 million people on public transportation and other dirty things. I had to get the jab. I got it and still got ill and laid on that couch, brown this time, not green, and felt my chest getting tight. And that was the moment in my life, or a series of moments in my life, where I made some decisions. I said, higher power, if I get up from this couch, because some of y'all know about my green couch. We're not going to do that today. But some of y'all know about my green couch. This was a brown one. Tara knows about the brown couch. It moved from this place to that place. At one point, it was standing up on its side. This is crazy. But I laid down on that brown couch, and I told higher power, I said, if I get up from this one, like you got me up from the last one, I ain't going to do no basic jobs no more. I'm not going to do nothing traditional. If you spare my life, I'm going to do what you called me to do. And it took me a long time to build the confidence, because society does not instill in a black man and a queer man confidence. They actually want to tear you apart and rip you down. You got to remember, Dr. Flo is a symbol of the degradation of the black family. Fuck Diddy. And they let Diddy ascend to the highest echelon of millions and billions of dollars. Diddy could never be the degradation of the black family. It's my queer and black ass, right? It could never be him dragging Cassie across the floor and kicking her multiple times and putting her on Snapchat and blackening her eyes and her face and then locking her in a hotel room for weeks at a time until she healed. He could never be the degradation of the black family. It's my black and queer ass that y'all are concerned about. He could catch a flight away. I had to deal with my bully family and friends and people. Still do. I'm a sinner. Says you. But I told higher power, if I get up from this couch and I'm allowed to breathe again and sing again and speak again, I'm not going to go back in reverse doing mediocre bullshit with my life. I'm going to figure out a way, higher power, to live my life to the fullest and to let everybody know that they're loved and lovable. So you see me just making good on a promise I made when y'all were not around. You had nothing to do with this. You didn't wash my ass. You didn't bring me tissues for my nose. There was one white gentleman who did not love himself from Grindr that told me, keep taking your fluids. Keep taking your fluids. Bless him wherever he is. He really wanted the prize that Poppy Water got. I hope that he's okay. I hope he's okay. I really do hope that gentleman's okay. But I told him and I told higher power, when I get up from here, I ain't going to live the same way no more. And I meant that shit. I'm Dr. Flo. You're loved and lovable. I'll see you tomorrow.